Sketches of Life. Game show Intern. The scene is a game show with our smarmy, mellifluous host, Chase Chasendale. The set is well lit with spots for 3 contestants behind 3 game show podiums. The contestants are, from left to right, Maria, an attractive Italian-looking young woman with large breasts, wearing a revealing one-piece summer dress. Jennifer, a skinny young blonde with a bubbly personality in a blouse and tight jeans. And Mike, an ambitious-looking young man dressed in a shirt and tie. The announcer begins the program with a voiceover. And now it's time to play Game Show Intern with your host, Chase Chasendale. Applause for Chase Chasendale as he enters. He gives the crowd a warm, exuberant smile, waves to them, then stands center stage. Thanks, Steve. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our annual contest of Game Show Intern, the game where contestants vie for the opportunity to be my intern. Chase walks over to the contestants to introduce them. Now let's meet the 3 contestants today. First, a recent college graduate with a bachelor's degree in communications from Dartmouth College, native of Albany, New York, Michael Jenkinson. The audience claps politely, and Chase doesn't even stop at Mike's podium. As soon as the words are out, he has already moved on to Jenny, along with the camera's focus. He gazes at her seductively while Mike answers off camera. Nice to meet you, Chase, Mr. Chasendale. It's such an honor to compete for the opportunity to work for you. I've been preparing for this moment my whole... Our second contestant is Jennifer McMatthews, a junior at South Carolina State University majoring in organizational studies. You look enchanting, Ms. McMatthews. Please, call me Jenny. Everyone else does. So, Jenny, how'd you get in touch with our producers to apply for this opportunity? I was on vacation in L.A. when Mr. Robertson saw me out with my friends and gave me his card and said I'd be a great TV personality. Is that true, Walt? Did you see Jenny on the street? Walt is a very creepy, dirty old man who nods in acknowledgement at Chase while staring at Jenny with a greedy, lecherous stare. Walt only loves 2 things in this world, and they aren't his children: blondes and waffles. Now, before we meet our next contestant, Jenny, would you be a dear and undo the top button on your blouse? You bet, Chase. Is that all I can do for you right now? She asks while unbuttoning the top button of her blouse. For now it is, but keep that hand ready. We may need another button at any time. You got it, Chase. Chase then moves on to the next contestant. Our final game show intern contestant is Maria. Maria is hot. Real hot. That's correct, Chase, she says. Now our producers tell me that you have a tattoo on your lower back. That's correct, Chase. Would you like to see it? You read my mind, but let's save it for the game. Contestants, are you ready to play Game Show Intern? All 3 of them say yes as Chase returns to his podium. Okay, first question is for 100 points. Have you ever had an affair with a coworker? Mike first. Though Mike is answering, the camera is still focused on Jenny. No, I haven't, Chase. Jenny, your answer. No, I haven't, Chase. Maria, your answer. Yes, I have, Chase. And the correct answer is yes. 100 points to Maria. Jenny, Mike, still looking to get on the board. Next question, would you have an affair with a coworker? Mike? Mike again is answering off camera. No, I believe in being professional. Jenny, for 100 points, Chase says, cutting Mike off. Think about it now. I suppose so, Jenny answers. And Maria, would you consider doing it again? Absolutely, Chase. Excellent news! We were looking for yes or some variation thereof. Scores are now 200 points to Maria, 100 points to Jenny, and the other guy, no points at all. Next up is the Hustle Challenge. For this challenge, you must come over here, Pick up one of these note cards and then return it to me. Trust me, folks, it's more difficult than it looks. Chase points at 3 note cards that are on the floor about center stage, between the contestant podiums and his own. Mike interjects with a question. I'm sorry, but I don't see what this has to do with interning on a game show. You wouldn't, would you? Chase says. That's why you have 0 points. Jenny, your turn. Remember, you're being judged on style and competency. Jenny walks out from behind the podium, kneels down to pick up the card. She adjusts her shirt to make sure that Chase has a clear view of her cleavage. Walt is seen taking a picture of Jenny with his phone. That's just for you, sweetie, Jenny says. She then picks up 1 note card and takes it over to Chase. Now, Daddy wants you to put it on the top of the pile, Chase says. Jenny places the card on top and walks bouncily back to her spot. Chase stares at her the entire time. Excellent job, Jenny. 75 points for your effort. Maria, the floor is yours. Maria then walks to the middle of the floor, faces away from Chase, and bends at the waist to pick up the card, sticking her ass up in the air as she grabs the card. Her skirt inches up towards exposing her underwear. She then turns back around and walks to Chase and places the card inside his suit pocket. Excellent work, Maria. Great pace, great figure, great bend, great card placement. You really know your stuff. 100 points. Thank you, Chase. Another 50 points if you can bring me over the other guy's card, too. Hey, that's not fair. I can still... Mike says before getting interrupted. Shut up! You had your chance! Maria saunters over, picks it up, and returns it to the pile, with a little bit less effort, but still very seductively. 50 more points for Maria. Still no points for the guy over there. Next question. What is the appropriate reaction to your first glimpse of my genitalia? Guy. I don't know, Mike says. That's disgusting. I would never expect to... Jenny, your answer, Chase says, interrupting again. Excitement? Not bad. Maria? Shock at its prodigious size, Maria says. Then greed. Maria, it's like you've played this game before, 100 points. Jenny, 45 points to you, still in second place. It's now time for the final round. Since only the top 2 contestants make the cut, the guy's out. Unfortunately for the viewers at home, the final round takes place in my dressing room. Second place goes first. Chase then walks over, grabs Jenny, and escorts her backstage. The camera stays on Mike and Maria. Time elapses. Graphic shows 30 minutes later. Jenny returns to her spot, her clothing looking very rumpled. She touches Maria lightly on the shoulder as if to tell her it's her turn. Maria exits. How'd it go? Mike asks. I don't know. I think I did well, but I had a lot of points to make up, Jenny says. Time elapses. This time the graphic says 5 minutes later. Maria returns to her spot, her clothes also looking rumpled. Chase returns a few seconds after her, rebuckling his belt as he begins to take the podium. The audience claps when they see Chase. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for all of our contestants. The audience applauds. Now the results are in. Our second place finisher is Jenny. The audience claps for Jenny. Steve, tell Jenny what she's won for finishing second. Steve voices it over. Walter Robinson! The camera shows a very pleased, very creepy, very greedy Walter. The audience claps enthusiastically. And our winner is Maria. No surprise there. Maria, for getting the highest score in the history of Game Show Intern, you've earned the coveted position of Chase Chasendale's personal secretary. The audience applauds wildly. Congratulations, Maria. You, guy in the tie over there, job's yours. Get your ass to work. You got it, boss, Mike says, and then immediately leaves the stage to start working. Well, that's all the time we have. Tune in again next year for another episode of Game Show Intern. Chase escorts Maria backstage, and Walt waddles up to Jenny, who is trying as hard as she can to hide her look of disgust. "Do you like waffles?" Walt asks. Scene dissolves on this question. Scene. Recorded May 23rd, 2013.